Okay, yep. So I'm recording so that if all else fails, at least we've got a recording of the Zoom that we can post into the group. But hopefully the live is working. So maybe I'll just have a quick look on my phone. So Alexi, if you want to kick off and then we can get started.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So I'm Alexi, Sharon, Lily, and everyone else. So we're here to go through the 30-day challenge. So please feel free to ask any questions. Sharon's here to help, and Lily as well. Yeah, we're all here too. So go on, Sharon and Lily.
Awesome. So thanks so much for joining, everyone. So I actually got to meet Alexi a couple of months ago when I was in Sydney for business, which was fantastic. And I mean, what he's doing with his beauty business is incredible. And we actually got talking about the 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond program and the whole connection between, you know, what you're putting in your body and, you know, how that reflects on the outside of your body. And here we are now, a month later, jumping onto a Zoom and actually getting to share that with you guys as well. So yeah, really privileged to have the opportunity to talk to you, and thank you, Alexi, for giving us the opportunity. So just a little bit about my background. So I'm a health coach, and I've been helping people with this program for the last 4 years. I've actually had my business for 6 years. And I'm really passionate about it. I'm someone who's always been, you know, really fit and healthy, but sometimes people can look really healthy on the outside, but maybe not necessarily as healthy as they can be on the inside, you know, whether it's maybe just struggling with energy levels, you know, maybe a little bit of bloating. And so I know that was probably me. Like I would often skip meals because I was really busy. I wasn't eating junk food, but through, you know, really understanding this program, it's really made a massive difference in my life. And I've really been able to help a lot of people, you know, really get healthier. And I think healthy living means different things to different people. And that's really important part about this program is it's not one size fits all. And it's really about understanding you and your health goals and what you would love to improve perhaps about your health. So I'm just going to share my screen now, and Lily and I, so Lily, you might just want to quickly introduce yourself while I'm sharing my screen.
Thanks, Sharon. Yeah. So yeah, my name is obviously Lily, and my background is actually in the beauty industry for over 10 years. But yeah, a bit like Sharon, I've got a particular interest in gut health and how it connects to the rest of our body and to our skin as well. So that's what I kind of love this program for. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get through the presentation. But yeah, I think Sharon's going to get us started on that.
So I guess my first question to you would be, you know, is there anything that you'd love to improve about your health at the moment? Because we often, you know, we will spend time focusing on our career or our financial goals. We might, you know, make travel plans with the family, although not so much these days. But often we don't really sort of focus on our health. So I guess, and you don't have to answer this, you can put it in the chat if you're interested, but, you know, I guess just think, you know, is there anything you'd love to improve about your health? Is it maybe, you know, exercise? Is it maybe, you know, eating habits have gotten a little bit off track? Maybe you skip meals. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe you're struggling with bloating, or you might have some gut issues, or your energy levels. You know, you might think, gosh, you know, I should really have more energy to get throughout the day. Maybe it's cravings. Like I often find a lot of people with cravings, and I guess I'd love to, you know, have a think about that. And if you want to share, feel free. You can easily unmute yourself, or you might just want to, you know, think about that and sort of talk about that a bit later. But what's one thing that you'd love to improve about your health? And I guess the other thing is, why is that important to you? And often people will say, oh, you know, I want more energy. Well, okay, why is that important to you? Because sometimes with change, unless we have a really strong reason to do it, we won't do it. And same with, you know, often people will come and say, oh, I really want to lose 5 kilos. It's like, okay, well, why? Why is that important to you? What will losing 5 kilos do for you? Because it's important to kind of connect in with our health and what it is that we actually want to improve. So I'll leave that with you. But I think that's the first thing is, if you're going to jump in and do this challenge, think about, okay, what would I love to improve? And why is that important to me? Because then when it comes to maybe, you know, making some changes and perhaps going without some things and swapping them for other things, you might feel more motivated to do it if you've got a strong why for doing it. So what makes this program different is that it is a very easy way to approach everyday nutrition. And I think what I find is, you know, with a lot of my clients is we're all really busy, and that's the reason why people are going for the quick and easy options, you know, often skipping meals, eating on the run, because we're time poor. And so this program, honestly, it is designed to be a program that can fit busy people, because that's what most people are these days. So it's really easy. I guess what I love about this, so, you know, people often will go on things like Light and Easy or Jenny Craig or, you know, programs like that. And when you go out and you have to go to a birthday party, or you might go out for dinner and want to order off a menu, those kind of programs can make it really tricky to be able to actually live life. People who might travel for work, or, you know, be FIFO workers where you go for 2 weeks and you've got to, you know, eat from a buffet. We teach people how to actually make healthier choices and do that all around the things that we have to do in our day-to-day life. So the whole program is really just about focusing on eating whole, clean foods, but we also incorporate some premium nutritional products that are really going to make sure that you boost your nutrients. And that's going to help make sure you've got more energy. It's going to help your gut, right? It'll help rebalance your hormones. And honestly, when you feel healthier on the inside, it's going to really reflect on the outside as well. So learning how to make healthier choices, you know, I mean, and again, we all are at different stages of our, you know, healthy living journey, I suppose. And there's always room, you know, even for me, as, you know, always been into nutrition and exercise, I still find things that I can improve, you know, about my health. And it's really, I think the most important thing is this is about focusing on creating healthy habits and, really importantly, sustainable change. Like, I see a lot of people will go and do a challenge. And when you do a challenge, and I think they're great and they're fun and, you know, it is really cool. But what we want at the end of it is that you've learned things that you can actually continue on, not just go, oh, whew, done that, and now I can go back to, you know, my other habits. So, you know, it's about looking at things that we can sustain going forward.
Cool. So it's important to know, I guess, just a little bit about, you know, what this program actually is and what it's not. So it's definitely not a rapid sort of weight loss program. It's not pushing your body to anything unhealthy or unrealistic that you cannot, you know, keep going with afterwards. It's not a liquid detox or a deprivation based program, and it's not one size fits all as well, because like Sharon said, and, you know, like all of you guys probably recognize that, you know, when we've sort of tried maybe every diet under the sun and we haven't been able to kind of continue those habits, usually what happens, even if we've had maybe success on it, when we've, you know, done it for a month or a couple of months, you know, usually it's hard to maintain and we can't really keep up with it. And so unfortunately, often what happens is, you know, we go back to our bad habits, or we, you know, regain all of that weight that we may have lost. So this program really is a lifestyle program, and it's going to basically help our body to more effectively and efficiently remove toxins and build up. So of course, we know that, you know, we have elimination organs, and our digestive system obviously eliminates toxins. That's what it does. So this program really just helps to sort of optimize that and help our body to, you know, do what it's supposed to do in a better way and in a more effective way. It can really help to reset our metabolic thermostat. So often if we have, you know, dieted a lot and we've, you know, gone really low calorie for a period of time, our metabolism can slowly adapt to that. And that's kind of why if we go back to normal eating and a normal amount of calories, that's kind of why then our metabolism is, you know, can adapt to that low calorie. And that's why we often will regain more weight than we started off with. Like Sharon talked about as well, can help with cravings, our skin. So our skin actually renews itself around every 30 days. And so, yeah, this is kind of a cool part about this program as well. And just, I guess, from my perspective as a skin therapist, and Alexi's as well, is that, you know, by the end of this 30 days, often our clients have noticed just a big change in their skin, because, you know, in that 30-day period, they've really been nourishing their body, which obviously comes out on the skin as well. Helps to create new daily habits, and also it might help to reveal some specific foods that you know, might be not serving our body, or, you know, not really agree with our body very well.
Cool, thanks, Lily. I think toxins is the big one, guys. Like, you know, toxins are coming into our body every single day. And, you know, depending on what foods you're eating, with things like artificial colours and flavours and sweeteners, what sort of job you might do, like environmental toxins. And a really big one a lot of people don't realise is the products we're putting on our skin. You know, we are putting way too many chemicals in our body that it was designed to be able to process. And so, you know, it's often that toxic overload starts to show up in health issues. And it might just be, you know, mild persistent headaches or, you know, things like reflux or a little bit of a skin condition, but it can manifest into bigger conditions like thyroid conditions, autoimmune, you know, all sorts of gut health issues, IBS, you know, all those kind of things. So that removing the toxins is actually a really big one. And because toxins are stored in fat cells, it's our body's way of actually protecting the major organs. So if we can actually get rid of those toxins from our body, then we can actually get, you know, if we do have any, you know, bloat or excess kilos that we want to get rid of, we can actually help to really get rid of and shred, you know, that fat that's holding on to toxins. So the whole program is really designed to give you a reset. That's why we call it 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond. So that first 30 days, and again, like if people have got really big health goals, for some people it might be 60 or 90 days, but you know, most people it's 30 days. And it's really about focusing on our gut. Like it's about making sure that our gut is right, because if our gut is out, it affects our immune system. Like 75% of our immune system stems from our gut, but also like a lot of the serotonin. So 85% of the serotonin, which is the hormone for our mood and happiness, is actually housed in the lining of our gut. So if the gut is out, it affects so many other things, you know, in our body. So it's going to get your gut right. It helps to, you know, clear out your, you know, your small intestine, your bowel, your kidneys and liver and so on. So those elimination organs. And the really big thing is balancing out our blood sugar. Like lots of people, you know, that's why we have these cravings, because we haven't, you know, got enough. Then we, you know, eat something sweet and then we have a big crash. So it's really going to help stabilize that and help with cravings, and also help with our blood pH, which is kind of quite a complex issue, but it's trying to help our body have what they call a more alkaline environment, which is what you want, because a lot of diseases and cancers can't live in an alkaline environment. We're going to really boost nutrient intake. So a lot of people are eating food, you know, but if you have toast for breakfast, for example, it's going to fill you up, but it's not really nutritious. So it's going to make sure you're getting really good nutrient rich foods. It's going to help get rid of that toxic load. Really big one for everybody, male and female, is actually rebalancing out those hormones. And that's not just, you know, our male and female hormones, but it's those, the other hormones that, you know, stem from our gut. And as Lily said, you know, focusing on resetting our metabolism, which is going to help make sure that you are, you know, burning and that metabolic engine is firing up as you want it to.
So we're going to share some testimonials with you in a minute, but this is just a bit of general, you know, what most of our clients find when they do the program. So most of them find that they really have a big noticeable difference with their bloating, if that's something that they suffer with. Definitely a lot more energy, like we talked about, reduced cravings because of that, you know, balance in blood sugar, better sleep, better looking skin, shedding unwanted kilos, improving eating habits and feeling happier. For like, just for myself, like when, again, kind of like Sharon, like I thought I was a, you know, pretty healthy and balanced person. When I did the program for the first time, the biggest thing that I noticed was in my skin. So I had always suffered with skin issues, had acne since I was a teenager, was on the pill for like 10 years for that. And then also had eczema like since I was a baby. And I just kind of thought that was, you know, something that I would always have. But doing this program, my eczema literally just went away and I have hardly had it since. So, you know, it just kind of shows, like, you know, sometimes even if we do feel like this program is not just for unhealthy people, really so many of us can benefit from it, even if we do live a, you know, relatively healthy lifestyle. My two parents have also used these nutritional products and done the program, and they were pretty actually anti trying it, because they're actually quite healthy people. They've always eaten, you know, real food and cooked a lot, you know, mostly at home. So yeah, like my mum was a bit like, no, I don't like the idea of this, like having a, you know, protein smoothie or something like that. But she notices such a huge difference in her hormones and in her, like, she's going through menopause because, you know, she's of that age. And she notices such a huge difference with her symptoms, for like her menopausal symptoms, when she does this program. My dad also, he, although he's quite healthy and he's very fit and active, but he has, he's actually been diagnosed with a lung disease. And he also has autoimmune issues. And when he, you know, follows the principles on this program, he just finds a huge increase in his energy. So yeah, it really is something, you know, for everybody, and we can all kind of, you know, take a bit of time, you know, even if it is just 30 days, or, you know, whether we decide to, you know, implement things down the track as well. Just giving our body a bit of a chance to have a bit of a rest, treating it really well for that 30 days. And yeah, just feeling the benefits from that.
Awesome. Thanks, Lily. All right, so how does it work? It's really simple, as I said. So it's really about trying to cut down the foods that we know cause inflammation in the body. And one thing about this, it's not like, as Lily said at the start, it's not deprivation. We don't go, okay, can't eat junk food. We say, instead of eating junk food, how about trying this? Or instead of having, you know, a Coke, how about having an energy fizz stick? So we're going to give you alternatives to replace. We don't just take away, we replace, which is really, really important, because people go, oh, I'm going to be hungry and I'm not going to eat real food. That is not true. We're just trying to swap what we're eating for better options. So we're going to eat whole, clean food, meals and snacks. So that's, you know, a relief if you were thinking, gosh, you know, what is this about? But all the nutrition products that we incorporate have all got a special job to do. And Lily's just going to take you through and just talk about the different products that we do include in the program. But just in regards to the meals, we actually will give you, you know, some people, and what I love about this program is, you know, some people like flexibility. Like, I don't like someone giving me a bunch of rules or say, you know, eat this meal plan, because I know that my kids, or sometimes I might not want to eat what's on the meal plan. For people who want structure, we can give you meal plans and shopping lists. But for people who might, you know, want to tweak their own cooking, or maybe just browse through a recipe book and pick out the meals that sound good to them, you can do that as well. So we kind of cater for, you know, the different ways that people like to operate. So just a little bit before Lily talks about the products, I just want to tell you a little bit about Arbonne. So the nutritional products that we're including. So Arbonne's actually been around for, this is our 42nd anniversary. It's a Swiss company. And as we know, Swiss is quality. So Alexi has been using the skincare products in the salon because these are top premium prestige products. So that's the skincare side, but also on the nutrition side as well. You know, the products are all formulated with premium ingredients. Everything's been vegan certified from day one. So back in 1975, when he first started formulating, we launched in 1980. We've been vegan certified from the beginning. So before it was even, you know, now everyone's doing it because it's cool. We've always been vegan certified, which is really cool. We don't have any gluten or dairy in our products, which is really good for people who have intolerances. No soy or whey. And I think, you know, a lot of people use whey protein, but, you know, if you want, it can cause a bit of bloating and digestive issues for some people. And also if you want to build bulk, sometimes people will go with a whey protein. You know, most people these days want to build lean muscle. And so vegan protein is really what's going to help you to be able to do that. So there's no nasties, no, you know, high fructose corn syrup, no cholesterol or trans fat, nothing artificial. It's basically just whole food, just dried down. So that it's really easily absorbable. And I think for me, I've got to be honest, I was always a bit anti-supplements because I did, you know, eat a really healthy diet. But what I realized was, even on a healthy diet, a lot of people don't get their 5 serves of veggies and 2 fruit every day. And even if you are, because we plant over and over in the same soils, you know, they gas foods to ripen and they sit in cold storage in the supermarket for months and months, the nutrient value of foods has really decreased. So this is kind of a really good way to kind of boost, even if you're having a good diet, but also too, like, particularly when it comes to protein, like protein is so important. Like, it's the building block for everything in our body. It's our blood, our hormones, our, you know, muscles for growth and development. It's muscle repair. So protein is really, really important, and it also helps with balancing our blood sugar. The cool thing about this is most proteins that we might normally eat, it takes a while for the body to digest it. Like, so if you eat red meat, for example, it takes 48 hours for our body to break that down and be able to really use it, because all the breaking down bit's already been done. When you're having these nutritional products, especially the protein, it's just absorbed straight into your bloodstream. So your gut gets a rest. It's not kind of, you know, plowing through trying to break down all that food so that it can actually absorb the nutrients. So that's why we incorporate the nutritional products, so that it can give our gut a bit of a rest, and it's very, very easy for our body to absorb.
Okay, so firstly, Sharon's covered the vegan protein a little bit, but basically in a serve, we're getting 20 grams of vegan protein. There's also an additional 20 vitamins and minerals in each serve. It's actually particularly high in iron as well, so really good for women, you know, especially around their cycle and that kind of thing. Supports lean muscle development, of course. We know it's super important for retaining lean muscle mass, especially if we are, you know, if we are losing weight. It's really important that we're having enough protein in our diet so that we can, you know, hang on to as much muscle as possible. It's available in chocolate or vanilla, or actually coffee flavor. So that's just a new one that's been released, so that's why it's not on there. And yeah, so you can either, so we can obviously have it, you know, as a snack to get in extra protein in our diet, but we also really recommend having it in a smoothie, say for breakfast, because not only is that, you know, super convenient and really delicious, but we're getting a whole bunch of nutrients in, and if we're mixing it with, you know, some whole foods like, you know, berries and some sort of good fat and that kind of thing, it's really going to help keep us full. And it tastes amazing. I've tried quite a lot of vegan protein in the past, and yeah, this is definitely the best tasting one I've ever had. And then we have our superfood greens. So just, you know, most of you guys will be familiar with the greens powder, but this one has 36 different fruits and vegetables, you know, in a very wide rainbow of different colors. So in there, there's obviously phytonutrients, which are the nutrients that we get from plants, you know, really high in antioxidants, also fiber. And it's a blend of blue-green algae and spirulina and chlorella. And there's also wheat and barley grasses in there, but it is gluten-free, and it also doesn't taste like dirt. It actually tastes really nice. It's got a little bit of stevia in there to sweeten it, and it's, yeah, it's actually really, really nice. I drink it on its own all the time. Next. So next we have our Gut Health Digestion Plus. So this is basically a pre and probiotic, and there's also digestive enzymes in there. So this is designed to help support our gut microbiome. And our gut microbiome has good and bad bacteria, and we need to have it balanced. Otherwise, you know, if we have an overgrowth of that bad bacteria, that's kind of when we end up having issues like candida issues and just inflammatory type issues as well. It's also great for, you know, supporting our digestion to, you know, reduce gas and bloating. We also have our gut health fiber support. So this is 12 grams of fiber. Again, just helping to, you know, get more fiber in our days so that our digestive system works better and eliminates toxins better. And it's also really helpful for balancing blood sugar as well. Can you move on to the next one? Thank you. Then we have our energy fizz sticks. So these are to replace, so what we normally do in, you know, the 30 Days to Healthy Living program, if you want to do it 100%, is that we remove coffee for just those 30 days. And that's really for because of the acidity and sometimes sort of the crash that some people can get from coffee. So to replace that, we have our amazing energy fizz sticks. So these are actually our Arbonne's pretty much like most popular product of all time, because they're basically like these little powerhouses of really natural energy sources. So basically there is things like green tea, guarana, ginseng in there, and there is a little bit of caffeine in there from the green tea. But again, it's not that sort of acidic caffeine from coffee. And this helps to just really give us a really nice sort of energy lift without the crash. So it's also really high in B vitamins and chromium as well. So this kind of really helps with that as well. Gives us, I find it really gives me a lot of sort of mental focus as well. So I love having it in the afternoon. I don't find that it affects my sleep at all, because it's got it's got about, one stick has 55 milligrams of caffeine, which in comparison to a normal coffee is about 95. So yeah, for me, if I have these in the afternoon, it doesn't affect my sleep at all. And then the fizz sticks are available in citrus, pomegranate, strawberry, and also blood orange as well. And then we have our Cleantox herbal tea. So again, you know, if you are a big coffee drinker and you like it because you want something hot, the tea is really great for obviously, you know, replacing that. But also it's got a really beautiful blend of different herbs and botanicals that really help to sort of calm and also help support the liver and, you know, obviously flush out toxins through the system as well. And then, and don't worry, we're going to explain how you can, you know, it's not like you feel like you're taking a million powders a day. There's lots of different ways to, you know, just mix them all together, and it's not difficult at all. But basically so the last product is our Cleantox Gentle Cleanse. So this is just it's just a 7-day, so there's 7 sachets in one of those boxes. And what this basically does, we only have it in the 3rd week. So after we've kind of really, you know, been nourishing our body and kind of, you know, started to clean out some of, you know, what might be sort of sitting in our gut or digestive system. This is basically a blend of ginger and aloe, which really just helps to, again, just flush out toxins and get our digestive system moving. Basically what you do is you just mix it with a big, you know, like a litre bottle of water, and you just sip it gently during the day. It's not going to have you running to the bathroom a million times a day or anything like that. Obviously, you know, you'll probably be, you know, going to the bathroom a little bit more because you're drinking more water, but yeah, it's nothing crazy. So that's pretty much all of the products. And also with the protein and the fizz sticks, you actually get in your 30 days pack, you actually get 2 full. So you get 2 full bags of protein. It's 1.25 kilo bags. And you also get 2 boxes of fizz sticks, and there's 30 sticks in a pack. So that's enough for 2 per day.
Thanks, Lee. So a little bit about what makes a program different is, you know, if you go to a nutritionist or you go and do, you know, some other sort of program out there, usually it's like, here you go, good luck, see you later kind of thing. With this, we actually really support you through the 30 days. So we're going to give you a guide that actually talks about how to get through this program. And we also include you in a closed Facebook group, ideally. Even if you're not on Facebook and you just want to watch and, you know, get the information and see what other people are sharing, you can still just watch it, even if you don't want to participate in the group, that's fine. If you don't have Facebook, we can email you the information, but you kind of miss out a little bit on the, you know, what's going on in the group. People post recipes and how they're going, and, oh my gosh, it's Friday night, I'd normally have a drink, you know, what am I going to have kind of things. So, you know, you get to sort of get the benefit of what's going on in other people who are on the same journey. And a lot of that group is about, you know, education and just tips and things, you know, guidelines for making healthier choices. As I said earlier, you know, recipes, meal plans and shopping lists if you want, or we can give you that, we'll give you the recipe book anyway. And we also do a weekly coaching call. So again, like, it depends on how people want to connect with us. You know, we can either send a messenger or just touch base just to see how you're going, you know, what's working, what are you struggling with? Because it's really important that, you know, if you have got questions or you're not sure, that you've got someone that you can ask and help support you through the program. And I think that's a really big difference, is the accountability, but also the support. That's what makes this program really, really different. And, you know, it's like going to the gym. You know, a lot of people have great intentions to go to the gym or great intentions to start on some sort of a health journey, but sometimes you actually really need that accountability. And that's why people go to personal trainers and, you know, go to nutritionists, because they're kind of looking for someone to actually help keep them honest and keep them on track. So we'll do all of that for you. So look, a sample day might be that you might start off with a tea. Like, everyone's different, you know, some people might want to start with a tea, others might want to start with a fizz stick to like get that, you know, wait, let's get going kind of thing. You can have a protein smoothie for breakfast, and you get to actually throw a lot of the products in there. So, you know, when I make my smoothie in the morning, I'll put in some blueberries, a big handful of spinach, I'll put my daily fiber boost, and I'll put my greens in there, and some almond milk, and away I go. So that's, you know, 3 of the products done in one hit. You can have a snack if you want to for morning tea. You can have, you know, some veggies and hummus, or, you know, some fruit. You can have nuts, protein balls. You know, you get to there's still plenty of boiled eggs. Plenty of snacks that you can have. For lunch, you can either have a healthy meal or you can have another protein smoothie if you want to. Again, it depends how much exercise you're doing, what your lifestyle is, what your health goal is, will help you figure out what's the best for you. Like someone who might be full on exercise junkie might eat lunch and then they might have another smoothie at like 4 o'clock before they go to the gym at 5:30 just to see them through. So we'll help you figure out what's going to work best for you and your lifestyle. Then you might have a fizz in the afternoon. And another snack if you need one. But what I often find is most people say, I actually find I don't need a snack because their body's getting all the nutrients that it needs. So when you're snacking, it's because your body's actually looking for fuel. So most people don't really need the snacks. And then you have a healthy meal for dinner and, you can have another tea, in the afternoon or after dinner, whatever suits you. So it's super easy. It really is. So how much it costs? It's $368.40, which basically works out at about $12.28 a day. And I'll touch on that in a minute. But basically, as Lily said, you're going to get 2 bags of the protein, the gut health product, the greens, the fibre, 2 boxes of fizz sticks, 2 boxes of tea, your 7-day cleanse. And we give you the recipe book, the meal plans, the shopping list, access to the group and the coaching throughout. So that's all kind of incorporated in the group. If you go to a nutritionist, it's probably going to cost you about $120 just for a 1-hour consult. And they're not going to give you any food or anything in that. So probably something to keep in mind. And if you just think a little bit about, maybe what you're spending money on. So, at the moment, for example, if you're buying a takeaway coffee, you might be spending $4.50, an energy drink. And I mean, I'm being really conservative here, guys. I've actually gone and got, Coles bulk buy or on special prices here. If you go to the petrol station and buy a can of Coke, it's going to cost you more than $2, and an energy drink is going to probably cost you $4 or $5. So, and an energy fizz stick, for example, will cost $1.89. And again, that's actually not even at the really discounted price in the pack. So kind of good sometimes just to have a look at, okay, I'm spending that money here. I'm actually just going to redirect it somewhere else. If you're buying lunch, I mean, if you work and you buy lunch every day, you're probably spending $10 a day on lunch. And again, sometimes my daughter loves the cheese and salad Subway rolls, $8.95 for a Subway roll with just some cheese and cucumber and lettuce and capsicum, that's it. So, the protein with the greens and, all your bits and pieces that we suggest in the morning is only going to cost you $4.76. So if you actually look at that price breakdown, it's not actually, a huge investment away from possibly what you're already spending money on now. In fact, a lot of people actually save money.
Yeah, I think a lot of our clients, realize that they've actually saved money over the month because they have, they haven't been buying alcohol, they haven't been sort of going out and spending lots of money on food and drinks as much in that month. So yeah, it's usually a big saving there.
Absolutely. So just a couple of quick testimonials. So I actually worked with this gym owner for 3 years and his clients. So he's an ex-professional rugby league player. He owns a gym, so pretty healthy. But again, like he did the program with his clients. And the big thing that he noticed was a big decrease in inflammation in his body, which was causing a lot of joint pain. An old professional rugby player had a lot of injuries, had more energy. And, they really had sustainable changes to their diet and lifestyle. And I worked with him for 3 years. And I'll tell you what, I could always tell when he was doing the program, because what I noticed it the most? Actually his skin. Like women wear makeup, but guys, when the guys do this program, like I could really notice a difference in his skin when he was really sticking to it hard and when he was actually, maybe just living 80-20. But every single day in the gym, even when he wasn't doing it. So what a lot of people do is they'll do the 30 days and then after that they'll go, gosh, those smoothies are great, or I love the fizz sticks. And they'll just keep incorporating them, but still, enjoy life. Like, so for me, every day I'm having a smoothie because I know that it's really nutritious. I'm having my fizz sticks. But, I'll have pizza and a glass of wine and that kind of thing on the weekend. I live my life 90-10, 80-20, depending on the week. So that's kind of what happens beyond the 30 days. And again, everyone's different. You get to choose how you want to do that. And he lost 5 kilos in that first 30 days, which is pretty good for a PT. Judy was another client. She's just a mum, not just a mum. God, that's the best, biggest job in the world. But she is a mum of 3 teenagers. She had a lot of migraines, so she was actually noticing a big improvement in her migraines. It really improved. She was having a few gut issues, so it made a big difference for her. She actually lost 7 kilos and really noticed a big change in her sleeping habits, but also eating habits, which I think also too, those of you who are parents, your kids are looking at what you're doing. And I think a lot of the clients have actually said, not only am I eating better, but my whole family is eating better. And that's really important as well, with the big issues we've got these days with childhood obesity. So Naomi, again, she noticed a really big difference in her mood and happiness. And again, that what I was saying before about getting your gut right makes a massive difference. More energy, less bloating. And I was really pleased to lose. She just wanted to lose a bit of weight around her gut, and she tried everything. And that was where she really noticed a big difference. And, you know, the family, you know, are continuing. And I guess that's the bit we love, is the sustainability, that people are continuing to eat using the new principles of the program. So if you think, yep, I'd love to do this, it's pretty simple. You can just message Alexi and go, I'm in, or whatever you want to say, and just tell him whether you would like him to set up a little recommended cart for you, which will put the pack in, and he can send it to you, and you can go, yep, I'm really happy with that, and then pop in your credit card details. Or if you prefer, you can say, look, I'm in, send me a form. We've got a form, which Alexi, I'll send you in a minute, which you can fill out and, you know, fill in all your details by hand and your flavor preferences, and you can take a photo or scan it or whatever you want to do. And you can send that back to Alexi, and you can just let us know which is the easiest way to keep in touch. So I'll open it up now and just see if anyone's got any questions that we can help you with.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, that was a really great presentation, to be honest. So I'm in myself. So yeah, and my wife in as well. So it's really good. It's amazing. So yeah. So thank you again. Thanks for both of you.
So Nadia Z, did you have any questions? Sorry, I don't know. I'm not sure if that just is your initials or, but yeah, did you have any questions?
No, I feel like you guys covered it all. Gave me a better understanding about everything. It's good to see, like, you know, how much like effort has gone into it and what you can actually achieve from it in the next 30 days or so. So it's something that I'll be looking forward to.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For me, I hate drinking water. This is my problem. I'd like to drink flavored water, and I think that's a problem. Is there something that I could add to the water? Because I know the cleansing one is like after the 3rd week. Is there something that I could have so I'm able to drink daily, like maybe 2 bottles a day? That's my problem, and because I know my metabolism is very, very slow. I also I have a problem with water retention. I retain a lot of fluid around.
So this program will really help with that. Like, that's probably one of the things that you'll notice quite quickly. It will help let go of some of that. There's another product, Nadia, that we haven't talked about here. So the fizz sticks, you wouldn't keep drinking them during the day to your water. Or, I mean, you could just put a little bit in and maybe put half of one in and in 500 mils and then half, and just have it really weak. Yeah. But if you want the effect of the energy boost, I wouldn't recommend doing that. But there's another product that we've got, which is called Complete Hydration, which is actually a sports product, but you could just use a sachet of that and just put a little bit of that in your water. It's only 30 calories, but it's really, really good. It's got lots of electrolytes in it. So something like that could be, you know, if you're open to having an additional product that might help you to be able to drink the water without giving.
Yeah, because I get dehydrated. This is my problem. Like when I go on diet, I get dehydrated, and I feel like my skin is very dull, and there's no hydration in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as well.
Yeah, go Lily.
Yeah, as well, Nadia. Like, you could, obviously we're talking about like convenience in putting like all the products in it, well, most of the products in a smoothie, because, you know, most people want that convenience, but you could kind of make sure that there's like a decent amount of water in your smoothie, and obviously, you know, use a bit of almond milk as well, but kind of like have a lot of liquid in that, you know, have a lot of liquid in your fizz sticks, have a tea. Like you could even have the greens on its own. I love having the greens on its own. So you could kind of like just make sure that you're getting, you know, additional water in those products. And then, yeah, if you added in the complete hydration as well, like I'd say that you'd probably be having like 2 liters without really trying, like without having, you know, extra water. So that might be, that might be helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that would really help.
And also I've got another question. So, you know, with the times like in the morning you have the tea and then that, can you like have, because I normally have 2 boiled eggs in the morning. So can I have that, or do I have to have the tea first? Can I like change the plan? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. That's why I was saying before, like, you know, some people might prefer to have, you know, their tea later on in the day. Like, to be honest, I actually have mine at about 10:30 when I would normally have had a coffee. So yeah, so we'll work with you and figure out exactly what your, and because I mean, this is obviously new for Alexi as well. And this is where I guess, you know, being in a team is cool. We've obviously got more experience in running the program, and he's, you know, he'll learn it really quick because I can see he's like a super fast learner. But we'll help you, Nadia, like figure out what's going to suit you best. But eggs are great. Like eggs are really good to include. So yeah, you can do that and have the tea when you want it, really. So yeah, there's a lot of flexibility, which I really love.
Some people even, you know, they might love like eggs for breakfast or something like that. So they might have that and then have their smoothie for lunch. Some people do that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have my smoothie for lunch because I'm a massive lunch skipper. Not anymore.
I'm a dinner skipper. I usually have lunch, but I skip dinner because when I come in, like if I'm having some nuts or just something small like a piece of fruit, that's it. Like, yeah, I don't have dinner, so.
And again, like we'll have a look at, like, normally what we do is when we sit down with people to say, tell us your typical day, and we'll figure out what your typical day is, because sometimes that can help us to see where there might be issues. Because what happens sometimes is, because our body's made to survive, right? So in you know, ancient times, you know, it was feast or famine, you know, and so our body, when we don't give our body enough food, it'll start to slow the metabolism down, and it will hold on to what you are having. So if you're not eating dinner, for example, for whatever reason, and it's fine, whatever the reason is, your body will actually go, oh, I better hang on to lunch because I'm not sure when I'm going to get fed next. And that's where people end up, their metabolism gets out of whack. And I know a lot of people are doing this the big intermittent fasting thing, and it can work for some people, but it can also not work for a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people who've actually ended up having more problems from doing it because of what happens to the eating when they do eat in that sort of 8-hour window. So yeah, we can definitely help you with all of that.
Oh, it sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe Nadia, are you in the Facebook group?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So maybe we can just connect on Facebook, and then, you know, I can chat with you a little bit more about how we can help you and figure out what will work best for you.
Sounds good. I'm excited.
Awesome. And I thought I would just let you guys know as well. So obviously we're starting next Monday. That's right, isn't it, Alexi? Next Monday, the 24th?
I thought it was no, I think it was Monday after.
Can you push it after? I've got a wedding coming up on the 30th.
No, I think it was
31st? Please
Monday,
say 31st.
Yeah, 31st.
Oh, good. I have a wedding coming up.
Because normally what we do is we do 1 week preparation week where we talk to you, we figure out what's going to work best, you order your products, you make sure you go through the recipes, you figure out, you know, what you want to make and do a meal plan for yourself, you know, whatever that's going to be, and really get your head around it rather than go, okay, we start on Monday and everyone's going, oh, what do I do? So we normally do 1 week of preparation where we start feeding you information and helping you get your head around it, and then we start. So Alexi, is the preparation week starting on Monday with the actual start week on the 31st? Or do you want the preparation week to be the 31st starting on the 7th of June?
31st. So by next Monday we're starting the preparation. So
okay, cool. Yeah, so
that makes it easier for Nadia as well. So
thank you.
No worries.
Awesome.
I have Sharon and Lily. My issue is I don't have breakfast. Everyone knows me for years now. I have no breakfast and I have 1 meal a day, and that's my issue. I know I have lost about 31 kilo between last year October until now. I've lost about 31 all up, but my issue is just I don't eat. And if I eat, I don't eat much as well. That's the only issue. I drink a lot of water. Okay, I'll drink about, I think about 10 to 12 bottles of water a day. So I drink. Sometimes I have lemon with it, which is my favorite. That's my issue. So I only have 1 meal a day. So I have to work better for me. So
and look, I think with that sort of thing, it's really, if you're open to exploring another option and just trying to see if you did change that, how that might work for you. So again, we don't say you've got to do this or you've got to do that. It's up to you. Like, and we say, look, this would be something you could try, and you can try it and see. You might go, oh my gosh, like, wow. I mean, because I know you work really late and all that kind of thing, but you might be like, wow, I have got so much energy now. Or you might feel differently in your body, because your body will be probably holding on to what you are putting in there and not letting stuff go because you're not feeding it with lots of nutrients.
And Alexi, me and my husband, we've got a lot of we've done a lot of fasting, and I think probably the main issue is just that when you're having that one meal, and especially if it's not like a decent sized meal, you just can't actually physically get in the nutrients that your body needs in that one meal. Like, it would have to be so ridiculously varied to kind of get everything in that your body needs. So even if you could just take a smoothie to work, pop it in the fridge, and at least have that during the day, even if you kind of have to drink it over a couple of hours even, and maybe some healthy snacks, just sort of small convenient things that don't mean that you have to have it, sit down for a big meal, because obviously that's, very inconvenient for your lifestyle. But just kind of, and I think, you'll probably notice a big difference in your energy because you'll be having so many more nutrients in your body.
Because our body needs a certain amount of nutrients every day before we even get out of bed, just to do its normal processes. And so, if we're not giving it more during the day, it really can affect it's called your resting metabolic rate, your RMR. So that your metabolism is probably really, really slow because your body is trying to make that one meal you gave it space out so you can actually function every day, that you can breathe, get up, run your kids around, run your business. So so it's if you're open to trying a new approach and seeing, you might actually
so I just can't wait to start with that, to be honest.
Cool. Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much everyone for jumping on. So what I'll do is I just have been checking and it hasn't lived into the Facebook group, so I don't know what we've done wrong, so I'm really sorry. But what I'll do is I'll download the video, I'll upload it onto YouTube, Alexa, that's the only way, and then I'll share it into the group for any. So maybe if you just can message the people who missed out and just let them know that the video will be posted as soon as it's downloaded and they can watch it in their own time.
I just did now as well because I'll send the text messages to those people, all of them. So okay.
So I'll download it as soon as it's available and upload it. But thank you so much, Nadia and Z, for jumping on.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Lily.
Really good to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much,
Lily.
Sharon. Likewise. Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.